Hey, and welcome to Be Inspired with the Amber, your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French. And how are you doing? Are you guys getting ready for your Easter festivities? For those of you who celebrate it, who hide the eggs for your children and cook that ham, make that ham, and special functions, inviting all your family. It's a great time to gather up with family and loved ones who you are able to celebrate and vibe with. All in all, the reason why I came in today is because I am going to do a read for our country, America, and I will be doing a 3 card spread, and I will also be using my soul cards, which basically have pictures. The cards are from Deborah Koff, and these are primarily beautiful images that you see and you interpret in your own. Somebody else may look at the cards and may look at them and define them or see some total different image. So everyone is different when they go into that. Okay, all in all, what does our country need most than anything else? Because gradually it's going to change. And we all need to constantly ascend or lift up our frequencies, lift up our energy, lift up our condition of life. Prayer. On that note, I'll be praying for you, yes, I'll be praying for you. Praying all your hopes and dreams that they will come true. And if there should be some rain, you know the sun will shine again. 'Cause I'll be praying for you. Ooh, ooh. All in all, thank you. And thank you very much if you're going to watch the complete show. All in all, let's talk about, anywho, the first card. Hold on 1 second. For some reason, there's a hair somewhere. Oh, my gosh. Okay, check it out. Okay, first of all, with our card for America, what did I get? Hold on 1 second. Our America card. Okay, first of all, I got a 9 of Wands. So this is basically, let me see the other one, the second one, the third one. Oh, okay. All right. This is basically upright 9 of Wands. And 9 of Wands is basically the foundation where America is at. It's more like waiting. It's more of a defeat. It's more of troubles are, have kind of left. Recovery after illness, recovery after illness. And how I saw this when I saw recovery after illness, okay, 9 of Swords is basically a good card. Wands and nines represent, sometimes similar to me, how I see the 6 of Wands, more victorious. And this is from the past, or basically not too long ago. And also basically from the foundation where America's coming from. Recovery, I said recovery after illness, recovery after illness. Basically, um, I saw this as primarily the children that were missing, that were found, many of them. There were many of them who were ill. There were many of them who were brought back to life almost, especially with the use of the med beds. Many of them who were able to be revived by the Alliance. So this is a good card. So this is where it stands, primarily focusing on the children. And this is what I felt. It's like victorious, like, okay, we did this, we're doing it. And with nine, I picked up 90% of all of that is has been cleaned up. We will, currently we still have some cracks and crevices there that need to be swept up under the rug, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically, with that said, our second card for America is basically um, Knight of Cups. So that's basically means for America here in the present. Take care of yourself, take care of your finances, okay? And when I say take care of your finances, make sure that you have your finances, lined up. If you were lucky enough to get bonds, if you were, did all that. And for those who didn't have the fortune to subtract the birth certificate from the Social Security or to do a humanitarian project, I do understand because I myself didn't do that, and I know that I can do wonderful humanitarian projects, but I didn't know where to start on that. I could have continued and done something um, with my birth certificate and Social Security, but I kind of missed on that. And I know right now, currently, all the bonds and all that money is going to be wiped. Who knows? But all in all, this is basically for America. Enough with that, right? I'm talking about myself now all of a sudden, but this is for basically everybody in America. Basically, take care of yourself physically, take care of yourself physically, and take care of your finances. And with that said, you can also invest. You still have time to invest in silver, invest in some crypto, invest in gold, especially if you have the monies, or just save your money for a rainy day. Things are going to get better. And when they do, they will definitely um, be shining for everybody. Also, what I was going to say is this present card, too, here with the Nine of Coins, is basically saying if you want to see growth, if you want to see growth in your own life, in the present situation, um, help thy neighbor or help the community. If you're better off, if you could help somebody, and commit or do acts of kindness, the universe will give back to you. So this is the present situation for America. Also, the hangman. The hangman is basically patience, and not only patience, but letting go, letting go. Because once, as the future starts to, as we continue to evolve, and we go, step by step into the future, from now to 23, 24. I'm talking about that 25. We need to let go of what is not serving us. And with this hangman, it's a stalemate, because if not, you're going to feel like you're still in the 3D, although we still need our 3Ds, basically our physical body. So we all need, but it's going to be more like a new world when all this is over with. It's going to be a lot of changes in this world, good changes. So, but you got to be patient and you need to let go of things. Okay, America? So, this is what it said. And now, with the other cards, the soul cards, this to me, I picked up this one. This one was for the past. And if you see that, it kind of gave me the creeps. This is a card that I picked up. It has no name. It's just an expression. This was from the past. And what I picked up in the past, there was a lot of secrets in our past for years, thousands even. Many hidden secrecies. This is what I vibed. Many hidden secrecies, many embarrassments, many enslavements, many of the scariest things, of the most, it's almost an embarrassment for the country, for the world, basically. This is what I picked up. Or this is how I saw the card. This is how I saw it, because with this card, there's basically really no explanation with how they come out. It's how you see them, how you see these cards. Okay, this is a beautiful card. If you look at it, you look at the water, it's almost like baptizing. You see, I saw this as the divine feminine. With now in the future, there'll be more of the divine feminine blessing our world. You see the water underneath, you see the face, the lovely face, and it's more of a female face. You see the water hitting her face, and you see water as above, so below, and all that good stuff. I thought of Mother Gaia protecting our world, and almost like giving us another chance and baptizing us, as they would say, baptizing us, and or like I would say, our frequencies being changed. This is what I got from the soul cards with the world. Okay. So also when I spoke about the second card that I spoke about with the Tarot of Dreams, we talked about finances, taking care of your finances. And with that said, you know what time that is. That means that I got to let you know about the coins, right? What coins, D. Amber? What coins? Money metal coins. Okay. Hold on one second so I can put these cards. These are different cards. I don't want to mix them. Money metal cards. That's right. And these coins, okay, they're, like I said before, I talked about these not too long ago, right? I think one of them, okay. And they come in these little plastics, so therefore they won't get all messy and rusty or anything. Okay, these are Liberty coins. These are worth $25 so far, and they're the Liberty coins. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at. Oh my God, you saw my messy cuticle. Okay. This is how beautiful these coins are. Aren't they beautiful? And in the back, you see the flying bird, the eagle. Look at how beautiful that is. Yep. This is worth $25, but generally when you buy them there, I believe it's $30 a piece for an ounce of silver. And if you want to get in touch with Money Metals, go to www.moneymetals.com or simply call 1-800-800-1865 and just tell them I referred you, D. Amber referred you to Money Metals. However, you'll have to spend at least 10 ounces of silver, and they will give you, I believe, another little bullion or something, or a little coin you could invest. The gold is a lot more expensive. With the gold is about 1,900 something dollars, could be 2,000 an ounce. So you'll get like a piece of this. Say for instance, if you wanted to invest 10,000 ounces in gold, that'll be like it'll be almost like, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, almost 20,000. Okay, so if you wanted to invest, like say for instance 10 ounces of this, either a 10-ounce bar, that'll be like probably 200 something dollars, I believe. 200 something dollars for 10 ounces. They come in bars, or they come in big pieces like this. They come in 5-ounce bars, they come in 10-ounce bars, they come in $100 bars. So bars, baby, you know. And the coins, I think they're really beautiful. Call them 1-800-800-1865 and invest in your coins, your silver coins, because once this goes into progression, once it progresses, because I'm not predicting this whole thing, because generally things change. Like even in the cars, you could do a reading and things can change, right? You can change things. You can change situations through prayer, through a lot of prayer. You can change whatever you see in the cards that you don't like. It can be changed if you really want it to change. However, some things that yeah, don't, but you can change your destiny. But fate and destiny are two different things. Fate and destiny are two different things, and I realize that on many occasions, because I've gone through stuff and I know the difference. But all in all, speaking of that, do call the number 1-800-800-1865 and invest in some silver. And I also wanted to chat lightly with you guys and talk a little bit of the off-worlders, my experience. I remember when I was at the Windy City Underground.com, and I started to talk about, which was a underground radio station at Illinois Media School. And I was talking about, when I had my show during that time, I started talking about, the aliens and flying saucers and all of that stuff. And the first time that I talked about that, I remember throwing out the trash in the back. Okay, and all of a sudden I saw this man. He was like a tall man, and I was just throwing out my garbage. I was just, minding my business. And this tall, lanky man was very light, had a white shirt. He had glasses. They were like tinted. He looked different. I've never seen this man, and I never seen him from Adam. So I don't know who he was. And I don't know why if he was driving from the alley, he got out the car. And I thought somebody was in his car, but for some reason, that wasn't someone else with him. There was like a shadow. It looked like someone, but somebody wasn't there. And we started to have conversation. He started telling me, well, you know what? You have to be really careful with your dog because the hawks are getting bigger and they could probably pick him up. I'm like, how would he know that I had a little dog? I haven't seen this guy, and during that time I wouldn't really walk my dog like that, so I was a little surprised, and he started talking to me about other things, but I don't recall him. All I just imagine or see in my mind sometimes is his face. He looked very different, and I'm sure he could have been some type of off-worlder from another galaxy. I know I sound crazy. um, when I told my mother that, she was like, my mother's so funny. She was like, he's just a crazy bum from the neighborhood. I'm like, come on, mom, don't say that. But all in all, then I have another experience. I have another experience. I was working at this one shopping store on Michigan Avenue here in Chicago, and I was passing out the 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 pickup orders to the customers who would come in. And this one lady, because with the mask you weren't able to identify, so she picks up one little item, and I'm like, okay, well, happy holidays and a great new year. And she goes like this. She pivoted. What do I say? What do I say? But I wasn't able to tell because she had on the mask, so I wasn't able to tell. But I was no, I was like looking at her. I'm like, is she reptilian? Because I felt in my gut that she wasn't human, or basically, who knows? She had some type of human DNA, but she was more of another galaxy than I was, basically, because I'm familiar to Earth, and I know what to say when someone says Happy Holidays or Happy Holidays and have a great New Year. I'm like, you too, whatever I say. Oh, Happy Holidays to you or Merry Christmas. Who? She asked me afterwards, what do I say? And I was like, I just looked at her. I'm like, uh oh, but all in all, yeah, so that happened with that. And also, because I'm talking about like off-worlders in my experience, also, one day I was here in the house and it was late, and I would hold on one second, just let me zip some water. Wow, this is incredible when you're thirsty and you just have a little water. Wow. Hold on one second, just let me see if I have some minutes here. Yeah, I have minutes. But all in all, yeah, so basically I was using the CE5 from Dr. Stephen Greer, I think his name is. So I was using the relaxation method, the crop tones and everything. And this time it was a keen time to basically meditate, or basically see if you could see like the shooting star and all of that, which is what I saw when I went outside. I saw the shooting star because I was always into wanting to see the spaceships and wanting to see, and I would give them information of where in the earth do I reside in, or where do I live, etc., etc. So, um, this was in at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I hear a sound, and I look up from the front porch. It's like a craft. It looked like more like like the Star Trek craft. Like you could, and I went back in the house, but then you could hear the sound. I was like, holy shit, what is this? But it scared me a little bit. But then I'm like, if it was a real one and not man-made, it wouldn't make that noise. So all of a sudden, the lights the lights in the house went off for like a few seconds. I'm thinking this is probably something else that's not off-world, that's probably man-made or whatever. And it kind of scared me. And I told my mom, did you see that? She goes, well, you're always calling them. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want them to come like late at night. And I don't want, I always let them know that I want them to come early, and to be, um, compassionate enough to realize that I'm not, that I'm going to bed at that time, or I'm possibly going to bed. She says, I know, but they come when they want. I says, yeah, I know, but one thing about me, I want to be told ahead of time. I don't just like visitors coming in anytime they want, and I want the good guys, not the baddies. All in all, that was my experience with that. My light was turned off for a split second, and I felt the energy that these earthlings had. I felt it like, oh, it was really strong. I felt it from the bottom of my feet to my throat. It just kind of, it pushed up, and I was able to feel their strong energy. Okay, so that was one thing that happened. And what was another thing that happened? Hold up. My other experience was when, and this came in a dream, and I had two dreams. Uh, when Brad Johnson from New Earth was interviewing Jared Rand, and he was talking about the celestial beings, he was talking about the celestial chambers, and he was talking about that in the future we'll be able to go into these celestial chambers, and we'll be able to, get the body we want. Especially if we're probably 90 years old, we'll be able to go into the chambers, and we could be 30 again, 20 again, live thousands and thousands of years, which is why our off-worlders, or ancestral off-worlders, people from other galaxies, they're advanced and they can heal their own bodies, and just all this good stuff that I was listening to for almost 2 hours. So after that, I took a nap. Okay, I took a nap, and I had a dream. I had a dream about them. And I had a dream. In the dream, it kind of looked like Ohio mixed with Minnesota, St. Louis, and I didn't see people walking through. I just saw big robots and everything, and I saw like the street lamps, and I was looking at the street lamps, and I looked at them, and I was able to make them light up. But then all of a sudden, they made theirs light up, like showing me we're more evolved, so we can make it light up real strong. I told them, can I see you? They say, well, if you see us, you'll probably get scared. You'll probably be scared, be afraid. And in the dream, as I was asking them that, I was a little bit scared. That probably was my ego, being afraid. But I was a little scared. But one in a section of a dream, they had called me, and they were I picked up the phone, and they were applauding. They were applauding. As they were applauding, I was seeing a blue light. As they were applauding, they were tapping my back, saying confidence, 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 like almost telling me that I'm not confident enough. I'm thinking, well, yes, probably have to work on myself a little more. Definitely, I can see that, but it was just, I woke up out of that dream feeling so loved. you know, it was in a dream, but I felt them. And then I felt them once again when I went to sleep. Then I had another dream. I had a dream that I was living somewhere else. This beautiful duplex. I was living in a beautiful duplex, and my dog then, in the dream, was, I think he was like a little honey melon color, honeydew melon color with some brown on him, but it was my same dog or something. And all of a sudden, I was looking out the window because in this dream I had a place where it was a pretty big window. I was able to look out the window, and all of a sudden I saw this spacecraft. The spacecraft it was like, it had a big dome on the top, and it had like a round circle around it. Kind of looked like those old-fashioned ones that they show back in the day when they see them in the 50s and the 60s, in the 60s, like them type of drawings, from a sci-fi movie or something. And then they were like, I was like, no, 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 don't come in, don't come in, because I was scared, and they were like telling me telepathically, no, 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 you can't be scared because you've been calling us for too long. You've been calling us, and we want to, talk to you now. And the dream, I was afraid, and then afterwards I told my friend, and she was laughing. She says, I told you, I don't want to see them. See, I don't mind seeing them or being able to talk to them or anything like that. But yeah, at night, if I'm sleeping or something, I think, that's your most, excuse me, your most vulnerable moment to actually, see that. If you see something like that, I'm pretty sure you know, you're going to, it's going to shock you a little bit that you see that. You're in your REM sleep, and all of a sudden you open up your eyes. Because I remember um, when my aunt passed away, my my uncle's wife, who got run over by a truck, she passed away in 2019. So then that same, like a couple months after, I was not able to sleep, and all of a sudden, when I open my eyes, I see her face looking at me, and she's talking to me telepathically and giving me a message. But she took me by surprise, and she kind of scared me a little bit, but she looked so beautiful. She kind of like startled me, and I was like, oh my God, it startled me. But, stuff like that I have to work on, not to be unsure of it, and to take it slow with that, because they're just like my aunt. She's from another dimension now. As to where she's at, they call it heaven, but who knows if she's in another galaxy as well, and they call that part heaven, or how it works, I have no idea, because they have so much, when they talk about religion now, and they talk about so much that was tainted into the religion, so much corruption that was intervened into all of that in belief systems. And and then again, there's a lot of control in so many religions, and nobody wants to be in a world of control, because uh, deep down inside your inner self, what's going on, and then if you're grown, for someone to tell you how to pray, how to be, how to bring up your condition of life, what you got to do, when in reality we have our consciousness, and we know how to work it when we work it. Okay. Probably, yes, not many people know. It depends on our Akashic records. I do, and that part I understand. With me, I've done so much with, when talking about religion. I used to go to church, I remember, at 10 years old, because we used to live by St. Michael's Church, and I used to go there by myself to even meet up with my mom's friends, because my mom's friend, Irma from Colombia, she used to always buy us a donut. And I would go there because I knew she was going to buy us a Long John, and we were going to listen to her chat. Like, I would go there alone. At times my sisters would come along as well. But I would generally go there by myself when my mother could make it, because it was right close to home. And my mom was confident. that nothing was going to happen to me. And then from that moment on, I went to a Baptist church in Hammond, Indiana. The preachers used to pick us up. And that was a long story as well, because acting they weren't acting right in that particular church. My father took us out of that church as well, and from then on, I started going to Mormon churches and different, experiencing all types of practices, from Jehovah Witness to all of a sudden became a Buddhist when my sons were very small kids, and I stayed there, and then every place of faith has some type of control mechanism. They want to tell you, well, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. There's too many rules, and all along, I mean, all of it is inside you. Like, although you come out of these places feeling alive, which was a really good positive thing for me, that when I would come out of the center, I would feel revived. But there's so many people that hide behind the facade, so many of them. But sure enough, we know that we got to worry about what we're going to do, because at the end of the day, everything is karma, right? Everything is karma. But going back to what I've seen, as far as the images that I've seen, I like I said, I seen my aunt looking at me, staring down at me like that, because I was born with the gift. As a child, I would, see, like that movie, The Sixth Sense. I would see stuff and I wouldn't know what was going on, or I would feel, the presence of something in my room. I had a hard time sleeping. It was just very, very difficult for me as a child to sleep. And my parents wouldn't dictate to me about religion. They wouldn't say anything. They would always say, you have to believe in God, you have to do right, all of this and that. And they gave me a good path. That's why I was able to experiment on different faiths, and I learned that through all the practices, that it's all within us. It's all within the consciousness. We have to continue striving to make ourselves better and stronger, and use our consciousness to heal ourselves. The meditation, or basically the nature. Some people hug a tree, or basically can connect with nature, and nature has this healing effect, a healing effect. And some people, they connect with nature, they connect with yoga, they connect with, I mean, there's so much, there's so much. And wow. And it's always good to step outside the box, right? It's always great to step outside the box. Anywho, that is basically all I wanted to say, right? All I wanted to say. If you